Michael Mulgrew has been lying to everyone for years. Started in 2014 over the UFT contract. And it hasn't changed. It's actually gotten worse. He testified that the Medicare Advantage plan was actually better than traditional Medicare. He was privatizing Medicare and lying to everyone. He lied that he was able to negotiate for current retirees. By law, he can't. He can negotiate under the law, the Taylor Law and the New York City Collective Bargaining Law, for active teachers and future retirees, not current retirees. Okay? Now, what did he do? Over the years, tried to force retirees into the default plan of Project 2025 Medicare Advantage, lied about it, passed copays onto retirees that today are amounting to a car payment or a mortgage payment for many. And why did they do the copays for the first time in 60 years? Because they knew that they could not charge a premium because it was against the law, City Code 12-126. So they passed a backdoor premium in the form of copays and higher deductibles. And they did that across the board. And they will keep doing it as long as they keep needing a raise because they are failed leaders and don't know how to negotiate otherwise. They're going to keep selling off whatever they can to finance themselves. And he's not even telling you that. United Federation of Teachers ratified that contract in 2014 and again after the 18 deal repeatedly. And you didn't even ask about the MLC agreement, which was in your first contract as Appendix B, and no one saw it, and yet you still all ratified that contract. So basically, you agreed to screwing all retirees and other city workers around the city to get your raise. And you don't even know you did it because he never told you. He didn't even tell the people on your bargaining committee that he was doing that either. And then now he got caught. And then what happened after we won the first case? We got an injunction on the copay case. They revised the contract on the copays and reassessed the copays once again, amounting to a car payment and a mortgage payment to all retirees on small pensions. Then they did the nuclear option, the Bentkowski case. Michael Mulgrew's not supporting any of our litigation, and he hasn't given any documents to our retirees. We have a single letter that he filed with the court, and they filed it erroneously on purpose. If your lawyer knew what they were doing, the letter would have been filed properly. She filed it erroneously, knowing that the court would kick it back as an ex parte communication. We were given the letter, not by Michael Mulgrew, and we submitted the letter in the record, saying that he was no longer supporting Medicare Advantage. But he didn't say he was no longer supporting it because it's a bad plan. He blamed it on anxiety from retirees. And then came the Bentkowski case, of course, where the unions agreed, and the MLC leadership, of course, UFT, DC 37, agreed to the nuclear option, eliminating all choices of healthcare plans to force retirees into the default plan of Project 2025. We won in the Supreme Court, we won in the appeals court, the mayor appealed both times, and guess what? We're headed back to the New York State Court of Appeals come May. Michael Mulgrew keeps lying about everything. And then when we were assisting the retired teacher chapter, the RA, retiree advocate, secure a seat in the retired teacher chapter last year and helped them run, because we have a very large group of retirees in our organization, we allowed them to share our platform, to share their position. And of course, we invited Michael Mulgrew and Tom Murphy, and they never took us up on our request. So you had plenty of time, RA had plenty of time to come on and share their positions, and then unsat the incumbent 2-1. Through all of this time, what did they do to us, New York City retirees? Well, me specifically. Labeled me an anti-Semite, took my picture off the internet from film clips and splashed it on a poster with a Palestinian flag, calling me a Trojan horse, that I was associated with the Moore Coalition. So, ironically, he doesn't even know my background. And everyone that knows me over the last 4 years knows I choose to keep my personal politics out of this. I have never been affiliated with any of those organizations, but it didn't stop Michael Mulgrew from saying that. Michael Mulgrew's camp also called me a Georgia Trumper Republican funded by the Koch brothers. The only thing true about that is I have a house in Georgia. I am not a Trumper, I am not a Republican, and it wouldn't matter if I was. My politics are my politics, and they don't affect how I run this organization. What matters about this organization is how I run it for the people, that are in it. Unlike Michael Mulgrew, who runs the United Federation of Teachers how Michael Mulgrew wants it and doesn't listen to any of you. So what is he doing again? Playing the old same old playbook. Kind of sounds like Oprah. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Rather now, his line is, you're an anti-Semite, and you're an anti-Semite, and you're an anti-Semite. Vote for me, I'm Michael Mulgrew. Everyone else is an anti-Semite. And of course, then an article gets plastered in the New York Post, an anti-union newspaper, smearing both of his opposition candidates. Like, look, I was born on a Monday, but it wasn't this past Monday. Look, you want change? You want a better contract? I'm making this advice to you. Vote for a better contract. They've already said to you that their personal politics are left at the door, like it should be, that they're working on kitchen table, bread and butter issues that affect your pension, that affect your salary, and that affect your working conditions, the way it should be. Michael Mulgrew labeling everybody over and over and over and over again an anti-Semite isn't resonating, and it never did. Everyone that knows me knows I'm not an anti-Semite. And yet, that's all he had in his arsenal, and that's all he has now. Vote for change. It's time. Allow leadership to take over and run the union with all of you. What's happening now is not leadership. Between the Medicare Advantage plan, the pension Ponzi scheme, enough is enough. Otherwise, you will forever be trying to undercut the next person to get your next raise. That's not how it should be. Labor needs good, strong, honest unions. Around the country, even in New York City, between Transport Workers Union, Local 100, and 1199, we're seeing union members fight back to take back their unions. The UFT needs to take back their union. Vote for a better contract. Thank you.